Welcome to US Coins Hub, where history meets hidden value. Today, we uncover a rare piece of American heritage, a coin that tells a story, holds mystery, and could be worth far more than its face value. So slow down, listen closely, and step into the timeless world of rare and valuable US coins. Let's dive into today's video. Top 1. Today we're talking about a coin most people completely ignore, the 1984 Jefferson nickel. It may seem ordinary, small, and common, but under the right circumstances, this 5-cent coin can become a collector's dream. The 1984 Jefferson nickel was struck by the United States Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. On the obverse, it features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, originally designed by Felix Schlag. On the reverse, you'll see Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, rendered in fine architectural detail. The design had been in use since 1938, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Because millions upon millions of these nickels were produced in 1984, most examples are only worth face value. They were made for circulation, used daily in stores, vending machines, and banks, and rarely set aside in pristine condition. That's exactly why collectors pay attention. In coin collecting, rarity doesn't always mean low mintage. Sometimes it means low survival and top condition. The 1984 nickel was mass-produced at high speed. Coins were dumped into large bags, transported in bulk, and distributed nationwide. During that process, many received contact marks, scratches, and dull surfaces before ever reaching the public. Finding one with sharp strike detail, blazing luster, and almost no imperfections is surprisingly difficult. High-grade examples certified MS66, MS67, or higher are far scarcer than most people expect. When a coin reaches those elite grades, it means it has exceptional eye appeal and nearly flawless surfaces. Registry collectors compete fiercely for the finest known examples, driving prices upward, but the real excitement begins with mint errors and varieties. Some 1984 Jefferson nickels have been discovered with double die errors, where parts of the lettering or date show visible doubling due to die misalignment during production. Others display off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or broad strikes that distort the coin's shape. There have also been instances of coins struck on the wrong planchet, creating dramatic and highly collectible mistakes. Another variety that excites collectors is the repunched mint mark, particularly from the Denver Mint. In these cases, the D mint mark shows signs of being punched more than once, creating a noticeable overlapping effect. Though subtle, strong examples of this variety are highly sought after. Proof versions struck in San Francisco add another level of intrigue. Deep cameo proofs with frosted portraits and mirror-like backgrounds are beautiful pieces of modern minting craftsmanship. A perfectly preserved proof-graded PR70 is extremely rare and commands strong attention in the marketplace. Collectors also carefully examine strike quality. On many 1984 nickels, the steps of Monticello on the reverse are weakly struck. A coin with fully defined steps, known as full steps, is significantly harder to find. When combined with high mint state grades, full steps examples can bring impressive premiums. Imagine searching through a roll of old nickels and spotting one with unusually sharp detail, bright original luster, and perhaps visible doubling in the date. That small discovery could be the start of something extraordinary. Most 1984 Jefferson nickels are worth only 5 cents. Some uncirculated examples may bring a few dollars. High-grade certified coins can reach into the hundreds. But when an ultra-high-grade specimen combines exceptional preservation, full steps detail, and a dramatic mint error, the results can be astonishing. In fact, one remarkable example of a 1984 Jefferson nickel with rare characteristics and superb condition has reached an incredible value of $80,000. From an everyday 5-cent coin to a headline-making collectible, this story proves that treasures can hide in plain sight. Top 2. We're uncovering the surprising story of the 1986 Jefferson nickel, a coin that most people overlook, yet under the right conditions can become an extraordinary collector's prize. The 1986 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver Mints, with proof versions produced in San Francisco. Like other nickels of its era, it features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, a design originally created by Felix Schlag. On the reverse, Monticello stands proudly, showcasing its elegant architecture and historic significance. This design had already been part of American coinage for decades, making it familiar to millions of Americans at first glance. The 1986 nickel seems completely ordinary. After all, hundreds of millions were minted. Because of this high production, most examples you find today are worth only 5 cents. But seasoned collectors know that mintage numbers do not tell the whole story. Condition changes everything. Coins minted for circulation in the mid-1980s were produced quickly and in massive quantities. They were dumped into large canvas bags, transported across the country, and distributed through banks and businesses. During this process, many coins were scratched, nicked, or dulled before they even reached the public. Finding a 1986 nickel with strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp details is much harder than most people expect. High-grade examples certified MS66, MS67, or higher are significantly scarcer than circulated pieces. When a coin achieves these top-tier grades, it means it has minimal imperfections and exceptional eye appeal. Registry collectors, who compete to build the finest graded sets, are always searching for these elite examples. One of the most important features collectors examine on Jefferson nickels is the detail on Monticello's steps. Many coins from this period show weak strikes, especially on the steps. A coin with clearly defined, uninterrupted full steps is far rarer and commands strong premiums in the market. Combining full steps with a high mint state grade makes a coin dramatically more desirable. Now let's talk about mint errors, the true thrill of the hunt. Some 1986 Jefferson nickels have been discovered with double die errors, where parts of the lettering or date appear doubled due to die alignment issues during production. Others show off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, or die cracks. These minting mistakes create unique variations that collectors eagerly pursue. In rare cases, coins have been found struck on the wrong metal planchet, instantly transforming a simple nickel into a fascinating mint anomaly. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint also attract attention. Deep cameo proofs, featuring frosted designs and mirror-like fields, are highly collectible. A perfect PR70 proof is extremely difficult to find and represents the highest level of preservation. Another factor driving value is population scarcity at the highest grades. While millions were produced, only a tiny fraction survive in near-perfect condition. As collectors compete for the finest known examples, demand increases and prices can rise dramatically. Imagine searching through an old coin jar and spotting a 1986 nickel with unusually sharp detail, bright original luster, and crisp full steps on Monticello. A closer inspection reveals a subtle double die or striking error. That small moment of curiosity could lead to a remarkable discovery. Most 1986 Jefferson nickels are common. Some uncirculated examples may sell for a few dollars. High-grade certified coins can reach into the hundreds or even thousands. But when an ultra-high-grade specimen combines full steps detail, exceptional preservation, and a rare mint error, the results can be astonishing. In fact, one extraordinary example of a 1986 Jefferson nickel with rare characteristics and superb condition has achieved a staggering value of $78,000, from a simple 5-cent coin to a serious collector's treasure. This story proves that hidden value can exist in the most unexpected places. Top 3, we're uncovering the fascinating story of the 1988 Jefferson nickel, a coin that most people overlook, yet collectors know it holds surprising potential. The 1988 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with proof coins produced in San Francisco. Like other nickels of the series, it features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front, a design created by Felix Schlag that has become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. On the reverse, Monticello stands proudly, symbolizing Jefferson's legacy and architectural vision. At a first glance, the 1988 nickel seems common. Hundreds of millions were produced for everyday circulation. They passed through countless hands, cash registers, and vending machines. Because of that high mintage, most examples you find today are worth only face value. But here's where the story becomes interesting. In coin collecting, survival in top condition matters more than mintage numbers. During the minting process in the late 1980s, coins were struck rapidly and stored in large bulk bags. This caused many of them to suffer contact marks, small scratches, and weak strikes even before entering circulation. Finding a 1988 nickel with blazing original luster, smooth surfaces, and razor-sharp details is far more difficult than most people realized. High-grade coins certified MS66, MS67, or above are scarce. Collectors competing in registry sets are constantly searching for the finest known examples. When only a small number of coins reach the highest grades, demand increases dramatically. One key feature that collectors carefully examine on Jefferson nickels is the detail of Monticello's steps. Many 1988 nickels show weak strikes in this area. A coin with clearly defined full steps, meaning the steps appear complete and uninterrupted, is much rarer and highly desirable. When full steps are combined with a high mint state grade, the value can increase significantly. Now let's talk about mint errors, where excitement truly begins. Some 1988 Jefferson nickels have been discovered with double die errors, showing visible doubling in the lettering or date. Others have appeared with repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or broad strikes. These errors occur during the minting process and create unique variations that collectors eagerly seek. In rare cases, coins struck on the wrong metal planchet have surfaced, instantly turning an ordinary nickel into an extraordinary collectible. Proof coins from San Francisco add another layer of appeal. Deep cameo proofs, with frosted designs and mirror-like backgrounds, are especially beautiful. A perfectly preserved proof graded PR70 is extremely difficult to find and commands strong interest among serious collectors. What makes the 1988 nickel even more fascinating is that it represents an era when few people were saving nickels in pristine condition. While earlier decades saw collectors hoarding rolls, many coins from the late 1980s were simply spent and forgotten. That makes top-grade survivors rarer than you might expect. Imagine searching through an old jar of coins and spotting a 1988 nickel that looks unusually bright and sharply detailed. You examine Monticello and notice full, crisp steps. Perhaps you detect subtle doubling in the lettering. That small discovery could be the beginning of something incredible. Most 1988 Jefferson nickels are worth only 5 cents. Some uncirculated examples may bring a few dollars. High-grade certified coins can reach impressive levels. But when an ultra-high-grade specimen with full steps and a rare mint error appears on the market, collectors take notice. In fact, one remarkable example of a 1988 Jefferson nickel with exceptional preservation and rare characteristics has achieved an astonishing value of $75,000, from a humble 5-cent coin to a headline-making treasure. This story proves that hidden gems can exist in everyday change. We're going to change that, because the 1989 Jefferson nickel is a coin that proves even the smallest denomination can hold surprising potential. The 1989 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with proof versions produced in San Francisco. It carries the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, a design that has represented the 5-cent coin since 1938. On the reverse, Monticello stands proudly, symbolizing American history, architecture, and Jefferson's legacy. At first glance, the 1989 nickel seems completely ordinary. Hundreds of millions were minted for everyday use. Because of that, most examples you find in circulation today are worth only face value. They've been used in stores, vending machines, and banks for decades. But as every serious collector knows, true value is not just about how many were made. It's about how many survived in extraordinary condition. Coins from the late 1980s were produced in high-speed operations. After striking, they were dumped into large bags and transported in bulk. This caused many coins to pick up contact marks, tiny scratches, and weak strike details before they even entered circulation. As a result, finding a 1989 nickel with clean surfaces, strong mint luster, and sharp design elements is far more difficult than most people expect. High-grade examples certified MS66, MS67, or higher are much scarcer than circulated pieces. When a coin reaches those levels, it means it has exceptional eye appeal and minimal imperfections. Registry collectors competing for the finest sets pay very close attention to population reports. If only a handful of coins exist at the highest grades, Demand can rise dramatically. Point one of the most important details collectors examine on Jefferson nickels is the quality of the steps on Monticello. Many 1989 nickels show weakly struck steps that appear flat or incomplete. A coin displaying full steps, meaning all steps are clearly defined and uninterrupted, is significantly rarer. When full steps combine with a top mint state grade, the coin becomes highly desirable. Now let's talk about the real excitement. Mint errors. Some 1989 Jefferson nickels have been discovered with double die errors, showing noticeable doubling in the date or lettering. Others display repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or broad strikes. These minting mistakes occur during production and create unique variations that collectors actively seek. In rare instances, coins struck on the wrong planchet have surfaced, instantly transforming a simple nickel into a remarkable anomaly. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint add another layer of collectability. Deep cameo proofs with frosted designs and mirror-like fields are especially prized. A flawless PR70 example is extremely rare and represents the highest level of preservation. Another factor that makes the 1989 nickel intriguing is that relatively few people were saving rolls during that era. Unlike earlier decades, when collectors frequently stored coins in mint condition, many late 1980s nickels were simply spent and forgotten. That makes top-condition survivors surprisingly scarce today. Imagine searching through an old jar of change and spotting a bright 1989 nickel with crisp details and strong luster. You turn it over and notice clear, sharp steps on Monticello. A closer look reveals a subtle doubling in the lettering. That simple moment of curiosity could lead to an extraordinary discovery. Most 1989 Jefferson nickels are worth only 5 cents. Some uncirculated examples may sell for a few dollars. High-grade certified coins with full steps can bring impressive premiums. But when an ultra-high-grade specimen combines exceptional preservation with a dramatic mint error, collectors are willing to compete fiercely. In fact, one extraordinary example of a 1989 Jefferson nickel with rare characteristics and superb condition has achieved a remarkable value of $72,000, from a modest 5-cent coin to a stunning collector's treasure. This story proves that hidden value can exist in the most unexpected places. Top 5, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1993 Jefferson nickel, a coin that, at first glance, looks ordinary, but for collectors, it's a hidden treasure. The 1993 Jefferson nickel was produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with proof version struck at the San Francisco Mint. On the obverse, we see the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, a design that has graced the nickel for decades. On the reverse, Monticello stands proudly, Jefferson's iconic home in Virginia, showcasing its architectural beauty and historical significance. This combination of a historic figure and a national landmark makes the coin instantly recognizable, but its true appeal lies in the details that most people overlooked at a first glance. This nickel might seem common. Millions were minted in 1993, making the coin abundant in circulation. Most examples used in everyday transactions are worth just 5 cents. However, coin collectors know that value isn't always about how many were made. It's about condition, rarity, and unique characteristics that make a coin truly exceptional. During the minting process, coins were produced quickly and in bulk. Many nickels received scratches, contact marks, and minor imperfections even before leaving the mint. By the time they reached circulation, these tiny flaws were unavoidable. That's why high-grade examples, those certified MS66, MS67, or higher, are extremely rare. Collectors prize these coins because they have flawless surfaces, strong original luster, and crisp design details that are nearly impossible to find in everyday coins. One of the most critical details collectors study on the 1993 Jefferson nickel is the steps of Monticello. Weak strikes are common, making coins with full steps, fully defined, and uninterrupted steps on Monticello highly desirable. Combining full steps with an elite grade drastically increases the coin's value. But what really captures the attention of serious collectors are mint errors. Some 1993 Jefferson nickels exhibit double die errors, where the date or lettering appears doubled due to a misalignment in the die. Others show off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or broad strikes. each creating a unique and highly sought-after variation. Rare coins struck on the wrong metal planchet are even more extraordinary, turning a simple 5-cent piece into a remarkable numismatic anomaly. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint add another layer of allure. Deep cameo proofs, with frosted designs and mirror-like fields, are stunning to look at and rare to find in perfect condition. A flawless PR-70 proof is considered one of the most coveted modern collectibles for Jefferson nickels. Another fascinating aspect of the 1993 nickel is its survival rate. Unlike older coins that collectors often preserved in large numbers, many late 20th century nickels were simply spent and forgotten. This makes top-grade examples from this era much scarcer than you might think. The combination of condition, full steps, and mint errors creates coins that serious collectors compete for fiercely. Imagine discovering a 1993 Jefferson nickel in a coin roll or an old jar that looks unusually bright and sharp. You examine Monticello, see all the steps fully defined, and perhaps notice subtle doubling in the date. That simple moment of curiosity could turn a small coin into something truly extraordinary. Most 1993 Jefferson nickels are worth only 5 cents. Some uncirculated examples may fetch a few dollars. High-grade coins with full steps can reach impressive prices, and when you add rare mint errors into the mix, the potential skyrockets. In fact, one exceptional 1993 Jefferson nickel, in superb condition and with rare characteristics, has achieved an astonishing value of $70,000, from a simple 5-cent coin to a headline-making collectible. This nickel shows that even the smallest coins can hold incredible value for those who know what to look for. Next time you handle a nickel, take a closer look. Check the date, examine Monticello's steps, and look for anything unusual. Because in the world of coin collecting, even a modern nickel can be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Happy collecting, and keep your eyes open for the next great find.